Yeah, it's a fantastic lens if you're doing like headshots, or if you're doing something like where you just need a long distance away from you. Like I use this a lot of times if I do, as a wedding photographer, I do a lot of weddings outside, and I'll do first kiss shots at the ceremony all the time with this
Yeah.
thing.
This lens is cheaper than a 70-200, and it opens up a little bit wider too. So if you go into like a dark situation, then you can open it up and just get a little bit extra light. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
can still
much,
use
but
it in churches, and I think a lot of people who do like indoor action sports would love this thing. The autofocus is really fast, and f2 gives you a lot of light gather.
yeah, compared to like the 50 mm 1.2 or the 85 mm 1.2, the autofocus is quite a bit faster on this guy.
Yeah, for sure. So if
Yeah.
you're like trying to track some moving subjects for indoor sports or for something like that, it will work a lot better
Yeah.
than some other L lenses for sure.
Yeah, this lens is pretty sharp. It's not overly sharp though, so if you're doing portraits on it, then you're not going to get an unflattering, rendering or anything with
Yeah.
some more modern 135s. So.
Yeah, totally. And the optics on it, because it is 135 f2, it just gives you a ton of bokeh. Like it's probably the most bokeh heavy lens I owned for that Canon system.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the bokeh on this, like it's a matter of taste and compression. If you love the compression of like a 135 compared to the 85, then you're gonna be okay with the bokeh just because there's a little bit more
Yeah.
bokeh there.
Yeah, it just gives you a little more.
Yeah,
And
and
it's kind of, I think of it sometimes as a poor man's 85 one too, because like if you didn't have the money to get going in that first, you could get this and get not the same results, but similar.
similar. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. This is a great low cost. I mean, low cost as far as L lenses go
Right.
option, and it might be your best like first telephoto lens for the EF mount.
Yeah, and when I had it, I would pair it with the 50. I would use the 51.2 and the 135 f2 as like a. I think that'd be a great outdoor usage. Like if you're doing portraits outside, like those two lenses get it done. All right, so now we're on iPads. All right, so this is a shot that I did with the 135 f2 wide open. This shot actually is one of my favorite all-time shots. This one I actually got in Digital Photo Magazine at the time. When we were out making this picture, we really wanted to make kind of like a whimsical kind of shoot. That's why we had the model kind of dressed in this whimsy kind of bride outfit, so to speak. And the photo turns out great. Like it's at f2, you can't see the mountains at all. It's basically just like a blob of colors with some jagged edges, and the chromatic aberration on the flowers is pretty severe. You can see there's a lot of purple fringing on it and stuff, but that doesn't detract from the photo at all. I mean, overall, it still has a wonderful feel, and it just looks really romantic and magical almost. This one here is another photo that I did where it really exemplifies the bokeh and, the Mini Cooper. The Mini Cooper is really kind of soft, like by the time you hit the windshield, but you can really see like how much is in focus there at the headlights and stuff, and of course the couple. I really also like the bokeh that it creates when shot into bright lights on the trees and stuff. I think that looks really nice. Jumping a little too far. And this one here is another shot that I did from really far away. To make a wide angle shot like this with the 135, you have to be a significant distance from your subject. And in this one, I just really like the compression, and because I was able to lie down and get so far away, I was able to make it look like maybe they were standing on top of the earth and you can't really see anything down before. So that's another thing that I really like about the 135 is not only does it give you like that much compression, but it also really narrows down what you're getting in your frame.
Yeah, I agree. There's a cool look for portraits if you stand back real far and you just get lots of nice compression. So yeah, for this shot, this is like my third wedding I ever shot, and yeah, if you need a little bit longer of a lens at a wedding and maybe you're not comfortable shooting 85, go 135. You can still get lots of great bokeh. This lens is pretty sharp, but it's not like the sharpest lens in the world. And any sharper, you would see some more bumps on the arms and stuff like that. So, I mean, for portraits, this is a pretty nice lens. And the bokeh has a nice swirl in it. You can see it more in this next picture here, but the bokeh has this nice swirly character when you get out into certain situations. And for portraits, if you just kind of want to have your couple have a little bit of fun, like I was having in this picture, again, like one of my first weddings I've ever worked here, but you can kind of stand back and let them interact some more. So 135 is a nice focal length for that. And yeah, I mean, As far as 135s go, like I'm kind of repeating myself, but this is a really nice 135, and you might as well shoot it if you're on the EF mount. I mean, is that
Yeah,
really another
I
option?
really love it. I feel like
Yeah.
it's really fast autofocus, and if you're shooting the Canon EF, I mean, it's one of the cheaper L lenses that you can acquire. So there's really, I mean, if you like 135 or you need something a little longer, there's really no reason not to get this lens.
Yeah, this is a great first telephoto lens, especially if you don't want to pony up for like the 85 millimeter 1.2 and you're looking into L glass and stuff. It's relatively cheap, and you can buy them used now for what I would assume is even better than what I bought it used
Yeah,
for.
which is a great way just to kind of get started and see if that's the look you want, and then you could always move into the 85 one too.